I've asked Cathy first to highlight, what are some of the things you're thinking about, Cathy, from Colorado Tourism Office's perspective in terms of both during the recovery and then post the COVID-19, what efforts the Colorado Tourism Office to focusing on in terms of your principles of sustainability and stewardship?
Well, we think that sustainability is going to be more important than ever to travelers. We're seeing evidence to suggest that travelers are going to be looking for pristine environments, pure atmospheres, and that's something that we are available to share in Colorado. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble advancing my slide. Chris, Lauren, can you help me there? Thank you. All of our destination stewardship work is actually embedded in our Colorado Tourism Roadmap. We did okay, now it's working. We did statewide listening tours. And one of the things that we found was on the minds of Coloradans at the time were a lot of concerns about visitor impacts on the environment. And so we developed really a three-pronged plan to address those concerns, because we believed at the time that if we didn't address the concerns, it was going to turn into a backlash against tourism itself. What we found along the way, though, is that we were meeting market demand. It's actually turning into a competitive advantage for Colorado. One of the first things we did as part of this destination stewardship plan was develop what we call now the Colo Road Trips microsite. It's a microsite of colorado.com. We've done this in partnership with Miles Partnership, in fact. But we now have more than 200 multi-day itineraries that take travelers to every part of Colorado. And so the goal of this microsite was really to create a tactic to drive dispersion and to give travelers, whether they were international travelers, domestic travelers, or even Coloradans themselves, an easy way to explore the state with everything they would need to plan a trip, whether a place to stay, places to eat, or things to do. Along the way, we've embedded messaging about sustainability practices throughout this microsite. We have sustainability tips, and we also have insider tips that might tell a traveler things like the best time of day to visit a particular attraction to avoid any overcrowding issues. Another prong of our plan was to develop shared messaging that we could use to educate travelers about reducing their impacts on Colorado. And we found our way into a partnership with the Leave No Trace Center for Outdoor Ethics, which was conveniently located just 30 miles up the road from Denver. But that has turned into just an amazing partnership. We worked together. One of our first tasks together was to develop the Care for Colorado principles, which we embedded in this brochure, distributed in May 2018, right before the start of the summer travel season. We call it our Are You Colo-Ready brochure. And it includes practical things like a Colorado packing list and tips on traveling like a local, but it's also the vehicle that we use to share our Care for Colorado principles. We're now in the process of developing a number of different editions of this Are You Colo-Ready brochure. We have a Dude Ranch edition. We're working on a cycling edition. The newest edition we're going to be working on is actually the Traveler Safety Edition, and it will be the vehicle that we'll use to share new practices around traveling safely in the post-COVID era. We also have embedded Care for Colorado. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the module to the upper right is called our Care for Colorado module. This is on our Colorado Concierge Hospitality Training platform. And this is a resource that we offer to every Colorado business to train their frontline employees. And so we are, this is the way that we can reach out to every business across the state, whether they're a car repair shop, a hotel, a restaurant, an attraction, or whatever. And it's a resource they can use to train their employees on Colorado sustainability practices, Colorado-style hospitality, general Colorado knowledge. We're also developing a new module post-COVID on travel safety. This will be positioned as a module to help these frontline workers absorb the new practices around public health to keep both themselves and travelers safe in this new era. And then we also, I don't know, many people have seen over the years our Care for Colorado video. We're using our Care for Colorado ambassadors, Hope and Bear, to star in 4 new etiquette videos. And I'm going to share just a little clip of one of those videos with you, my favorite. It's addressing an issue that's, believe it or not, on the minds of a lot of Coloradans. It's an irritant for Coloradans when people come to our state and don't dispose of poop, whether human or pet, properly. So let me just show you a 15-second clip.
We'd like to talk to you about the etiquette of poop. Make sure to bag your pet's poop and carry it all the way to the trash can. No one, especially us wildlife, likes to find a forgotten baggie on the trail. Leave it as you found it, and together we can all care for Colorado.
Gotta love that URL, right? colorado.com/poop. We've also formed the Care for Colorado Coalition. Over the years, we were developing partnerships along the way with a number of key statewide organizations, including the Colorado Hotel and Lodging Association, the River Outfitters, the Association for DMOs. And just in the past few months, we have transformed this alliance into a true coalition, the Care for Colorado Coalition, with the united purpose of sharing this messaging for travelers and changing behaviors, by contacting the millions of travelers each of these organizations represents. And as I was referencing along the way, we've seen that all of this work actually is growing ever more important to travelers. Back in 2017, we saw that only about 15% of travelers were saying it was very important to them to choose a destination based on that destination's sustainability practices. In 2018, that grew to 20%. By 2019, that grew to 27%. And so we're seeing that this is a topic that's very much on the minds of travelers. One of the initiatives that's now in the works is electrifying our state's 26 historic and scenic byways. Our new governor, not so new anymore, he's been in place for a year, has made it a priority to switch our state to renewable energy by the year 2040. So we've been working, our office has been working very closely with the Colorado Energy Office on developing a fast charging network across Colorado. By this fall, we should have anywhere from 5 to 8 of our 26 byways electrified. And if everything stays on track, all 26 should be available for EV travel by 2021.